Are we not Groot? Come on, Groot. We are all Groot. Don't you know? Are we living in a fantasy world or what? Of course we are. It's fantasy. It's got rat turds everywhere and everything. We're living in a fantasy world. Groot? Are we not Groot? Ah. Hmm. Should have public on here too. Oh, it won't allow public. Oh, except we do this. Well, okay. There we are. That's us. It's all exist. And don't even know, do you? Quite quiet invitation. Really? Okay. Here we are. 1:49 in the morning, Eastern time. We can all get together here and say, yes. We are Groot. I am Groot. Okay. We can all be a tree. We can all be part of a tree. We can all be a special tree. We are Groot. Okay. 1:49 in the morning. You're all still awake. We don't care. I can continue on. But we don't continue on because there's nothing important to talk about, I guess. Nothing is important. We just live our little lives. In the end of all the end, and you sit there in fringe. Oh, yeah. I know where you're at. We're bad here in 10 minutes. If I don't get one on here. If I don't get one on here, of all my followers and all my people that are out there who don't want to talk and go Happy New Year or something, here we go. It's over. Yeah, America's been over for a while. It's pretty sad what happened with America and everything that happened with America. It went down the tubes. Yeah, it happens. After 100 and so years. And as the European Union, and here we are. Greece is going to drop out. France is talking about dropping out. The rest of them are going to drop out. Where's the dollar going to stand? Nobody knows. It's going down tubes. Oh well. I try to get people on here to talk about it, but nobody wants to talk about it. It's silence. Okay, it's going down tubes. I just wanted to state my existence, and yes, it's going down tubes. Dollar's going down nothing. Everybody's gonna fall, but you know, outside the point. I get nothing here. Nobody knows. Okay, I'm gonna wash my glass out. If I have nothing else to drink and nothing else to believe in, and there's just nothing. Cups going to dishwasher. We'll be back soon. Within 10 minutes. Be outside. They like to be outside. Oh, you run away. You don't want to be outside. They want food. All you want is food. Oh, yeah. You want to be outside when this food runs out. You understand that? When this runs out, there's no more food. Stupid cat. Alright, it's going to be outside. Before it knows it's out of food. Can't afford it anymore. Cat's got to sit there and go, it's tasty food. Meow. Meow. Stupid cat. Not knowing it's going to have no food. Wow, what happened to that? Wow. I just pulled my earphone out and, well, what the hell? Well, I can put it in. Hello? Anyone? Anybody out there? Meow. Meow. Is there anybody out there? Okay. Put the earphone in. Probably not gonna work, but it's up to the speakers. And yeah, speakers still working. Okay. You wanna play games? I got 2 viewers. Come on in. Come on in. Right now. No, you don't drop out now. Come on in. Talk. Talk with me, please. Briefly. The key letter on top. Yeah. Key letter on top. No. Is there anybody out there? Meow. Is there anybody out there? Come on, come on, come on. You can hear me. Just say something. Is there anyone at all? Okay, we can play Pink Floyd. Yeah. Crunching on my cat. I'm not doing that. No, it doesn't happen. Anyways, is there anybody out there? Just bring up the mic. Is there anyone at all? Come on, come on, come on. Is there anybody out there? I have the group chat open. Is there anybody at all? What a 4th of July this is. Nothing. I have nothing. Always never had nothing. And you wonder why I'm so depressed. I'm like the robot on Hitchhiker to the Universe. It is all going to go away. It's all. I feel like that little robot. I do. I really do. I feel like the robot. There's nothing to look forward to. Why? Because everything's depressing to me. And I know everything, have all this knowledge, and it's just depressing. Hitchhiker to the Universe. You gotta see that. The robot is me. I'm the robot. You're talking to the robot. That's depressing. Well, how depressing do you want to be? None? No, don't talk to me. It's a depressing universe. It's all so depressing. There I am. Look at that. That looks depressing to me. That is the most depressing picture I can come up with. The cat's just kind of looking, going, and do I have a place to be tomorrow? That's so depressing. And I have no depressing more picture than that cat. There it is. The most depressing picture of a cat. Do I have tomorrow to go to? I had my cat pooping on the floor outside of its cat box. Is that depressing? Yes, it is. We have flood down, a minor flood. It wasn't a real big flood like the last time. I mean, the last time it was all over the place. But we had this rain and rain and rain. We covered over the well, and somehow it still leaked down out of the well. And it was depressing. Yes, I see depressing in that cat. It's like, I can't go on the floor without getting my paws wet. Well, nowadays, cat. I vacuumed up as much as I could of this. It must have been a couple of gallons. And dumped it outside. And it's like, yeah, it happens. It rains. Our office is down here in the basement. Of course, I have my office in the basement. Why? Because I'm one of these few people that heat up like a furnace. I really am. I'm one of these few people that heat like a furnace when I do any work. I heat like a furnace and sweat like a, I don't know what you'd call it. I sweat, and it's only when I come down and I have to work in human area. I gotta go back to Norway. I gotta go north. I have to be in the cold if I'm going to work. That way, when I work, I steam off. Or you wouldn't imagine me during a couple of winters ago when I was out there shoveling the driveway with a shovel, with a snow shovel and throwing it off. I'm in a t-shirt at 20 degrees below zero, and I'm steaming. I mean, literally, I'm in a t-shirt and I'm steaming, cleaning the driveway off. It's comfortable. You wouldn't imagine. Yeah. I'm like the guy that was on the video on YouTube who can run around in the Arctic in shorts, like jogging shorts or whatever. And he's barebacked and he's steaming off. Yeah, I can understand that. I have that superhumans type stuff. And he was one of the superhumans, which I understand how he got it and everything. And I'm just naturally that way too. I can probably do the same thing. Barefoot, shorts, running around the Arctic at negative 40 degrees and keep warm. And sit down and it's tonal. That's what they call it. They call it tonal. You put your chin down to your chest and you create energy. I mean, it's an unnatural energy of heat. And I mean, I'm amazed I haven't become the torch or something, and he hasn't either become the torch. And Fantastic Four. We are one of a kind that can keep warm no matter how cold it is. Every time I do something in the near southern hemispheres, I break out in sweat, and it's this, you wouldn't imagine what that is like. I mean, you get hot. I mean, I have a ceiling fan. It has to run at night, and I have a sheet over me. I have to pull it off every once in a while because I get so hot. I start heating up. and I start sweating, and I have to cool down. When I get cold, when I finally do cool down, I feel cold. Oh yeah, that happens. And but yet I can be out and shoveling a driveway, and I'm in a t-shirt, and I'm steaming. Literally, I've saw myself steaming off my t-shirt. I'm putting a cloud up, and it's weird. It's really weird to have that ability. I don't know if you ever had that or not. If you ever had that, come on here and say so. That you're actually heated up and turns into a human torch. Really. It's like, it's a weird sensation, and I want to move north. I want to go into the cold. As long as I'm working, I'm great. I start out with a big coat on and stuff and start working. I shed it off. I shed off the t-shirt. I'm out there just, flame on. It's really that close. I've actually seen in a t-shirt, I'm out there shoveling snow in a driveway and have steam just coming off of me. Is that natural? What is that? Is it natural tonal? This guy that ran along the Arctic coast and everything, and he's out there in -4 degrees and doesn't feel it. I can relate to him. I'm like, yeah, as long as I'm moving and doing something, I put off so much heat that, and it's like tonal. Now, the tonal was these Tibetan priests who understood this technique. I'm a natural. You put cold water sheets over me, and I'll dry them out for you. I can actually do that feat myself. I have that ability. That's my superhuman power, is to heat up. And it may not be a superhuman power. What am I going to use it with? Maybe I can project it or something. I don't know. I'm like this guy who ran along the Arctic at -40 degrees, able to sit down, and he's able to sit in basically jogging shorts and not get cold. Well, yeah, I have that naturally. That's a natural feat of me. I'm able to generate this heat. It's just, and I have a problem with it at some times. I can't even, I have to really relax until I get to a point where I feel cold. You're talking turning it off, and then I start getting cold, and I have to wrap myself up in a sheet, and that's all I really need, is a sheet at night, at 68 degrees or whatever, and I'm wrapped up in the sheet, and I'm sitting there holding myself in this sheet, and I'm trying to gain my heat back a little bit. Sometimes I have to bring this blanket over me, and then within an hour, I'm heated up again. I have to pull all of it off. I have a ceiling fan going. It's blowing down on me, and I'm sweating. Not like a heavy sweat. This is light sweat, where it's cool when I feel this fan and it blows over me and I'm able to cool back down again. And before I can go to sleep, I'm cold. I have to cool back over at least and heat myself back up again. I mean, it's uncontrollable, cold and hot, and it's. I mean, I can heat up to the point where I am just. Oh, you wouldn't understand this, I guess, unless you have this curse. I guess what do you call it? Curse. I don't know what you call it. You heat up and get cold all at the same time, and it happens back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and all night long. I'm either heating up or I'm cooling off, you know, and it's weird. Maybe it's a thyroid problem. I don't know, because that's where that ability comes from, is from your thyroid. I take I don't know. I take iodine. I do all types of stuff to try to counter it, but yet it just comes and goes upon me constantly. Have you ever had this? I mean, really? Are we Groot? Superheroes don't know they're superheroes, and they have all this, and it's kind of like an inability to control your feet. Just wondering, are we all superheroes now? Are we all really X-Men? I mean, really, are we mutations coming out of something? Because I have this and I have no control over it at the moment. I mean, I do. I know ways of controlling it, but it's like covering, uncovering, covering, uncovering. And it's like going through menopause for a woman or something. It's maybe I'm going through a male menopause. I don't know. And I'm going through his hot and cold spells. Maybe there is a male menopause. Maybe that's what I'm going through. You know, and it's like, hot and cold type activity. I don't have the emotions going behind it, but maybe something related. I'm in my 50s, so maybe in the 50s, the males go through a menopause like the women do in their 40s. Okay. And I'm going through and out this reaction. Do you? Yeah. Yeah. Not getting anything here. Getting nobody. Somebody's got to talk. Okay. Nobody talks. We're in a weird set. And oh no, I'm not going through that. I go through that. Let's go and watch. Now these people go and watch. Okay. And I go. Okay, we're going to see all this. All right, there it is. I just posted it on my G Plus. Okay. We're going to Groot. Okay. Now you'll end up with Groot. Okay. We are Groot. Amazingly. We are Groot. Okay, I'm gonna go there. And my link is already there. It's down there in Spellbinder underneath Groot. It's live. Okay. I don't know why I have these people come in here and go, I can't get in on there. Well, of course you can. If you have a microphone at least hooked up and you have a camera with a microphone, you can come right on in right now and talk to me. I have no idea why these people say this stuff. I just went down and looked in my Google Plus, and somebody made a remark about, Hangouts. We are Groot. And yes, we are Groot. Thank you. Working Class Wax responded. Yes, we are Groot. We are a group. Group, if you want to call it GOUP, or you can call it GROOPRT. Groot. we can go either way with that. And I don't understand why I have so much problem with people coming in here and talking to me. And they act like I can't find a link to get in. There's the link. Hell, it's in G Plus under Spellbinder. Spellbinder shared publicly at 2:15 group. And well, if you can't get in, then you're not paying attention. That's the whole thing. You're not paying attention. You're not paying attention to getting in this group. There's the cat. The cat is the link. You should be able to talk right now. The only viewer I got. You've got to be able to talk. I can put it there. And I do that. And there it is. There's the link in the group chat. And the group chat's open. So you should be able to just tap on that, come right on in, and talk to the cat. Meow. Anyways, nothing. I wonder what is going on. Is it everyone is just so never mind. I'm not even going to say. Okay. Now. I got one listener and no one else. Invite 121 people and you get one listener. These people must be punching and doing everything to keep their life going. I understand that. I understand. I mean, I really do. I no longer have anything against Polly. I wish Polly would come on here and accept my apology. I'm sorry, Polly. I mean, you must work hard to do what you do, and I didn't realize that. I thought it was so much easier, maybe. I don't know, Polly. And if you'd come back on here, I would bow down and forgive you. And I had Polly just, we got in a real fight. It was at 4 a.m. in the morning, and it shouldn't have never happened. And it was one of those things that comes about, and he shut off, and I'm sorry, Polly. I never meant to hurt you. I never, believe me. I always think there's something more that you could do to make yourself richer, and maybe it was my fault, because I always look for the higher, I'm the dog looking for the bigger biscuit. Hello. Hello. Come to me and say hello. You're on here. Say hello. Do your mic and come on. You know that I had nothing against Polly, really. When I talked to Paul, it was something where it was 4 o'clock in the morning. It was before I got a job for $19 an hour. I'm sorry. And it was just one of those things. I couldn't believe he had all he had at $12.30 an hour. It boggled my mind, and then I understood why he couldn't have that, and now I understand. Yeah, he's out there punching and doing all the stuff he has to do, and I'm sorry, Polly. I really am. Paul, if you can forgive me, I wish we never had that argument. It was just one of those things that came across that I couldn't understand, because I'm a enthusiast to make more money. And, you're satisfied where you're making it. You have a house and everything. And I'm sorry. I'm just, I'm a Capricorn. I'm sorry. Capricorns want the best if they can get it. If they can go for it, they go after it. And that's what I am after, is the best. And if I sit back and wait for it, that's me. Not like you, my friend.
So what happened between you and Polly? And my mic probably is going to sound bad because I'm going through the mic from my laptop. So what happened exactly?
Well, we got in an argument that he was making $12.50 or $12.30 an hour, and he has a house, a boat, and everything. And I'm going, like I'm an achiever. I want to go beyond that, but and I'm able to wait for it. Now, a Capricorn. I don't even know what his sign is, but I am able to wait to get better. Right now, I'm trying to get a $21 an hour job, and it's in the making right now. And he's making 12.30 and has a house and everything. I couldn't believe he could afford a house, a boat, and everything that he has. He invited me over to his place. He actually invited me to come over and visit him in Indiana. And I'm like, I can't believe you got all this. And he says, hard work, hard work. Why do you have to work so hard? There's really no reason to have to work that hard. All you have to do is have an experience of knowing what you're doing and make more money off of it. And it was just that terminology, I guess. And it's like, well, we got in an argument over with Polly, and I went, no, you can do better, but yet he's in this thing that he has to work real hard at 12.30 an hour and make everything he has. And I'm like, no, he don't. Like apparently, I don't know what his sign is, but apparently it's a working sign that he has to work, 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 work. And a Capricorn is like we wait for the things that come upon us, and things will come as long as we wait. I mean, there's I don't know. It's complicated, and I've seen.
Hey, you went quiet, man. I can't hear you if you're talking.
That yourself. I mean, are you waiting, or are you existing? There's a term to make. Are you waiting or you're existing? I mean, I'm waiting for this $21 an hour job that can come within the next 5 days. $21 an hour is great. It's almost like being a production worker in building cars or something. And I'm doing electrical, and it's just I'm just waiting for this. This is something I've waited for a while, where I can go in and work hard like he does for 12.30, but I can work for $21 the same way and just put my I mean, you can imagine the last job I had was so boring, and it was I call it a government welfare job. I couldn't handle it, and they had to lay me off. They basically said I did my job, go away, because I could.
Yeah, you broke up and went away, man. I'm not sure if you're. Maybe if you turn your bandwidth down to just audio.
away, making good money. I keep hearing this. Your network connection is okay.
Just turn your bandwidth down.
Turn my bandwidth down.
The one right next to the settings on your screen, the little bars.
Yeah.
If you click on that, you can turn your bandwidth down and do audio only, and then it won't use as much resources, and you'll have a better connection.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
I try to figure out what that was.
Yeah, if you turn that bandwidth to audio only, it'll run faster, and you won't have the lag, and you won't break up. And
well, I don't have a picture. I only have a picture on, and I have my default microphone.
Yeah, but I would just put the bandwidth all the way down unless you're running video. I always keep mine all the way down. Just a suggestion.
Okay, I'll go headphones only. Well,
you just kind of broke up a second ago and then just went silent, and then you'd come back after about 4 seconds. That's why you're getting that network connection.
Okay, I went to headphones only.
Cool. Yeah, it may be fine. It may have just been a momentary thing. So that's what happened, though, that you and Paulie got into an argument because he was making $12.30 an hour, and you were questioning how he was able to attain all the stuff that he has, making only $12.30 an hour. So that's what basically it was about.
And I'm sorry about that. I'm really.
Well, his wife does work, doesn't she? Well, he's kind of like me. My wife works too. So if you combine both those wages together, let's say she made $20 an hour, and you add, the $12.30 to it. Well, that's $32 an hour, and so that's pretty good money. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's combined, that's kind of how it is with me and my wife. I mean, alone we don't make, a ton of money, but together, you're able to do more with 2 paychecks every couple of weeks, every week, every month, whatever it may be, than you can with 1 check, So maybe
that's
easier.
Yeah, that's what I figured. And I tried to explain that to him and saying that, his wife must be making money. But he got all upset when I was talking about his 12.30. And I'm wanting to make more as a single person, $19, $20 an hour. And it was this disagreement, I guess, of how he made money. And it pissed him off, and for some reason, and he went off, and I got mad, and he got mad, and we, it was no, it was basically, I want to make more as a single person that he does singly with his wife, maybe to make the same amount of money. And I don't know. It was really awkward. It was an awkward thing. You understand? You know what I mean? I have no wife. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I hear you, man. I mean, I'm sure he's probably not still mad about it. I would assume he seems like I'm sure it might have pissed him off at the time, but I'm sure he's really not too concerned with it now. So I don't think I'm sure he'll come on again, and you guys will.
We'll make up. Yeah, we'll make up on it.
Yeah, you guys will kiss and make up, and it'll be all good again, and Yeah, I don't think that he doesn't seem like the type that would hold a grudge. So
I hope not.
But
yeah,
I don't think he'll hold a grudge. So.
Yeah, because it was the whole thing was I was I was basically mad at him because he couldn't do better. Maybe maybe it was with I don't know. It was something of his thinking that he couldn't do better for himself, and he's trying to tell me I could do better, and it was weird. It was a weird, awkward. It was really awkward. It was really, and I'm trying to get this job right now, and I'm going to be an electrician and make better money by myself to equal what he maybe his wife makes together and do the same thing. I mean, or it was just awkward. It was it was early in the morning, 4:30 in the morning. I mean, Eastern time, and we just got in this argument, and I pissed him off. Apparently, I didn't mean to. I really didn't. I didn't mean to piss him off, and he got me mad because of him trying to tell me I could do better, and I'm trying to do better, and it was just this rain. It was like cat fight right there.
Well, do you think that you think you'll move out again, or you think that you're probably going to be there till, until you probably take over the house and stuff, which I'm assuming probably after, not saying that, wish your mother to die at any time, but in, are you going to inherit that house that you stay at?
No, it's more like my brother and me will inherit the house, but and we'll sell it, and there's money to be made. Not saying this wishful, but
Well, and
it's
I don't want to know any of this, but I was just saying, just was curious. Where do you think you'll move after that? Do you think you'll stay, or you go back to Vegas, or
I may move back out west. I may go to Colorado.
there you
Um,
go?
yeah,
Well, weed's
and
legal out there, or even Washington, or Oregon, any of those places. Those are good places to go to.
oh yeah,
A lot of
and
hiking and clean, fresh air.
no, I may not even outlast my mom. I mean, she may live beyond me. I mean, I mean,
I don't know. You'll eventually get out of the. You'll get out of the basement eventually, and go out into the light. And things will happen. Everybody gets into bad slumps in their lives, and it's easy to fall into that repetitive, self-destructive behavior and not even realize you're doing it. I mean, I know when I wasn't working at times in my life that it was horrible because you weren't making money, you weren't moving, you were just the way the world that we live in without money, nothing can be accomplished. I mean, even if you live on a piece of land that you paid for, you're still going to have to pay property taxes on it. You're still going to have to, you're going to find yourself getting sick and having to go to a hospital, or there's going to be X amount of things that you're going to need cash that you can't trade, labor or stuff for, in most instances. So, I mean, we're always going to have to have money, unfortunately. So,
yeah. The only reason I moved back here is I'm the youngest of the family, and I come back to my family, and well, you know how it is. You have to take care of your parents, and my
oh yeah,
dad died, and and now my mom relies on me to do everything, and well, You know how it is.
Yeah, well, that's all I
And
was curious is if you were going to stay there, and then afterwards, if you were going to, live in that house, or you guys, you and your siblings were going to sell it and you're going to move somewhere. Because I mean, even you're still young enough. I mean, I'm hoping that I'm going to be kicking around till hopefully around 80, hoping to be pretty active. I mean, there's a lot of cats out there. If you live somewhat healthy and stay active, that even at 80 are doing pretty well. So I'm not planning on dying anytime soon. So you could
oh no,
it's
yeah,
still, you've got a lot of life to live, is what I'm saying, and that's the whole point I was making about finding yourself into falling into the negative and to self-destructive patterns and stuff. Is is that it's easy to do that. But once you start working and making money and being productive and not sitting around, and because you got too much time on your hands, it's just not good unless you're a millionaire. And if you're a millionaire, you'd be out doing shit. I would hope so, instead of sitting there. So things will change, man. It may look, hopeless and but things will change. They always do.
yeah. I mean, I have
It
my.
ain't over yet. You're not dead. You're not crippled. You can still walk. You can see.
Oh yeah, I take vitamins and everything, and so I just want to make my mom comfortable, and
Sure.
I come back here, and I've been here. My dad was going down the tubes, and
Well, you
I
got it
I
made. You could go back to work, save you some money, and you don't have any sort of ties. You could take off for 2 months and travel, or it's there's really no limit to what you know you could do if you want to do it. I mean, hell, you could probably save up, work 6 months, and then take 6 months off, because knowing that you could come back, to your mom's and travel around, or a couple of months or 3 months or something. Go hiking somewhere, camping,
yeah.
go cast some spells out in the woods, and conjure up, some woodland creatures.
Yeah, I know.
Enjoy
I'm just here. I'm just here taking care of my mom.
Yeah, but you can do that, but still
Like,
enjoy your life. You don't have to sit down.
somebody's got to do it. I mean, might as well be me.
Because I'm telling you, dude, one day you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be like, "Holy shit!" I mean, you're gonna realize that eventually this dark depression shit's not gonna last forever. But you're gonna even come out of that and think, "Wow, I just wasted a bunch of fucking time." But it's something that we don't have a lot of. So that's all I would say, is that it shit's gonna change, and when it does, take advantage of it, and enjoy the rest of your life, because you're not anywhere near death's door, I'd imagine, but you're not getting any younger like any of us.
No, no. We're all aging.
I'm in my mid 40s. I mean, I'm not as old as you, but I'm heading in that
Yeah,
direction. So
yeah. I'm just so dedicated to my family, I guess, and then I'm like the one, the youngest always ends up with the burden of their parents, and that does happen.
well, I think it's totally fine that you're taking care of her, that you're staying there. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, like, I mean, I'm sure she'll probably be around for quite a while, but nobody's going to be around forever, and so it's good that you get to spend the time with her. And so there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, while you're there, take advantage of that, because you don't have to pay rent or anything, do you? Paying rent sucks, man. Paying bills, and
Yeah.
all you got to do is pay your car insurance or whatever, and gas and all that stuff. But yeah, I would love to not have to be paying rent and all these other bills, internet and fucking electric,
So,
gas, water, trash, and sewage, and all that stuff. So
so you're saying that you don't have any parents left, is what you're saying.
No, no, I've been on my own for many years. So yeah, I wouldn't have. I'm pretty much on my own. So that's what I'm saying. Take advantage of it, even at your age. You're not dead yet, man. Hell, you could still go out even for if you had enough money saved up to go camping for a week. I mean, or hiking or something. I mean, you got your Honda, don't you? I mean, that's probably they're decent cars, so it'll get you somewhere. It's good.
Yeah,
It's good for the head anyway. I know you like hiking, so getting out and breathing fresh air gives you time to, to
that's cool.
take
Yeah,
shit, to go over shit in your head and be able to process things. So,
you're right. You're right.
yeah,
I am blessed in my own ways. Understand I
take your
don't.
camera with you, and take some video footage of you hiking. If you want to talk about, stuff that you do, paranormal or government or political shit, you could be out in the desert somewhere or something, filming and talking about that stuff.
I want to go back out to Las Vegas area. I can go 100 miles away from the city. Oh, you wouldn't imagine what I had. I was on my own and doing everything on my own, and I was out there in the desert. It was great. I mean, I actually experienced shadows under starlight, and you just didn't imagine what that's like.
Yeah, when I lived in Colorado, I lived up in the mountains in an area where it was very densely populated, and you could see because of the elevation, especially you could see just the sky was it was just amazing. But I was gonna say one thing too, and don't be surprised as well. Getting your age, you're talking about making $21 an hour. Don't be surprised that eventually you're not going to be able to get that $21 an hour because in this economy, they'd rather hire somebody in half your age and pay them half of what you want. You know what I mean? I mean that's just the way it works is if they can get somebody cheaper. So I mean, you're going to reach that age to where uh, you know if there's a point in your life where you're too young. Well, there's a point in your life where you're too old and they don't want my abilities and shit. So I found it even in my 40s that it's harder to find work uh, than it was 20 years ago. So
I know 20 years ago it was great.
tough for everybody, but it's even tougher the older you get because they want somebody that can fucking work like I was able to 20 years ago. They want a machine. They don't want, a human being. They want productivity. Not that you're just consistent or that you're constant. They want you to be fast, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, you're competing against younger people. And so, yeah, eventually, depending on what you're doing, unless you're just sitting behind a desk, age it catches up with you as far as being marketable in the job markets.
No, that's what happened to me when I was working at Boeing and the aeronauticals. These people were old as I am, and they didn't have to go fast, but yet I was still in that. Electrician. You have to get the job done. The job is everything. Get it done fast as you can. And I ran into that when I was at Boeing, where I worked myself out of a job, and they had to send me on the street. They said, "We have nothing for you. There you go. There's the street." Oh, oh crap! I was actually in a perfect position to work slow and do whatever it is just to take up the time of day. It was so slow. I was bored, and they bored me out. Is what they did actually. They bored me out.
Now, let me ask you this: were you able or eligible to get unemployment?
No, I was a contractor. Oh, there's a catch. When you're contracted from their company, you really can't get that. I mean, I can go for it and try it, but I figured um the last time I did that was Kelly Services, and I came back to Ohio, and I tried to claim unemployment. Oh, she called me up and said, "I'm going to sue you if you do that," and it was like, and it scared me at the moment, and no, I don't think you can. I mean, I don't know if I could. I probably could and get unemployment. I don't know. This is a international contract. You know, it's an international. If they can't find me a job, then maybe I can get unemployment, and I still could file for that, even though it was January. And it was January 23rd, and they just said, "There's the door. We have no work for you. Out you go." And yeah, maybe I could. I could probably file for unemployment.
Now, did they tell you at the end of the day, or did they wait till you came in the next morning and you couldn't get in, or how did they do it? Because I know.
Okay, this is what they did. I'm going to tell you exactly what they did to me. They said that I was inefficient in what I was doing, which I wasn't, because QA said I was doing a perfect job. I worked beyond the people who were doing the preps for what I was doing. And they said, "Well, we can't have anyone here." I mean, this is the tool guy. I mean, he was important at some point. He's high up. He's he comes in. It wasn't my direct supervisor over my supervisors. It was the tool guy. He came in and said, "Well, we can't have you doing this and doing that and not being efficient in what you're doing. We are going to have to send you out to the street." And that was basically it. Yeah, they fucked me. There you go.
Well, the reason I asked you is I worked for a company, and what they used to do is they would usually have you finish your day out, and then we had security badges. And so, if you were fired, what they would do is you would leave, and then while you were gone after your shift, they'd come to your desk and they'd get a paper box, which usually copy paper used to come in, and they'd put all your shit inside of that box. And then you try to show up for work the next day and your badge wouldn't work. And so at first, you would think that, oh, there's something wrong and that, this badge accidentally got deactivated. And so you'd talk to the security and they'd say, oh, wait a minute. And they'd call and yeah, sure enough, they'd give you your box of shit and tell you.
Exactly.
It was ruthless how they did it. But they
Oh,
did
it was.
calculated, they know that a lot of times there's a psychology to everything, that
I
big
was.
corporations do at least.
Yeah, I was actually so mind fucked by what they did to me that I was numb.
Did you say
And
anything to them? Did you tell them to go fuck themselves or anything? That's what I would have done.
no, I really didn't do it. I wanted to. I wanted to sit there and just
Uh,
name them all, and they just said, "We're going to take you to the door. We're going to let you out. You got to give up all your ID and everything, your secret security and everything else, and out the door you go." This is Bowen. Now I'm like, really? I was doing a perfect job.
so they
I
didn't
was
make a scene in front of other people or anything. They just were they pretty
no,
they were they pretty respectful in those regards.
they were pretty respectful and to a point where they were telling me I wasn't doing my job right. And I was so shocked that I sit there and said, I'm trying to bring them into the red, out of the red, actually trying to get them in the black and put the this particle count back together again and make everything work. And I got ahead of everyone else. They couldn't keep up with me. Well, I'm an electrician. You know how electricians are. We want to make everything work real fast. We want, real fast and make everything go smoothly. Well, I was trying to bring them out of the red. They didn't want that. They got $48 million. They have to spend that money. They don't want to give any of it back to the Air Force. Okay, I understand that. But I wanted to bring my department out of the red and to the black. And that's where I went wrong. I worked myself out of a job.
If
That's
they
what they
offered you
call
a
it.
job back right now, would you go back and work for them?
I would if I mean I've had these dreams of going back in the job and stuff. And I had dreams going back in there. I mean, literally vivid dreams being back there working. It was a great job. I just couldn't do the job as slow as they want me to do. They had to spend that $48 million. And that's what it was. They didn't give it back to the Air Force. And it was like, okay. And that was the reason I was put out there. Their other bullshit they told me, I just looked at it as bullshit. Well, you did this wrong, you did this wrong, and you did something else wrong. No. The other guy that worked with me, it was like he actually told me he had to take these things apart, put them back together again, and make sure they worked right. Because he had a guy on third shift that did the same thing who's a full-time employee. And well, I'm just a contractor. And they took a guy out who was an electrician like me called Keith, and he did the same thing to him.
Did you
And
get along with the people you worked with up there?
I got along with him, but I was told by a person named Micah who said they will stab you in the back if they get a chance. I didn't think of them that way. I seemed to get along with everyone, but somebody stabbed me in the back and went to the supervisor in the tool shed, and they and my immediate supervisor led me out the door, took my badge, took my stuff. I said, "Well, should I turn this? You know, I had a electromagnetic suit that you wear. It's ICBM. It's all about ICBM." And I went, "Well, you want me to leave that there or take it and throw it in the?" "No, just leave everything in your locker except your personal stuff."
They didn't strip search you or anything, did they? There's
No,
no cavity searches.
no, no. They just leave me out the door. I'm in a numb state because they led me out the door.
They numbed you up.
There's a street.
You woke up naked.
No, they didn't do it.
All
I
right.
had a secret clearance. I was secret, and they did this to me. Now, secret lasts for 10 years. I still have my secret clearance. They can't take that away because I have a secret clearance. And I can't say much more about what I worked on,
Well, I know you
even though
can't
it's
tell us what you did, but
classified.
what exactly is a secret clearance? I mean, for the people that don't, that don't know the lingo of the super secret world, I mean, what exactly does that entail? I mean,
Well, a secret clearance means that I can't tell you anything about what I worked on. And it was it was something like, okay, I worked on a gyro systems. Ooh, gyro systems on a missile or ICBM. Ooh, okay, I can say that because they want us to just tell you that the ICBM is the most awesomest missile they ever created, and they can go and blow stuff up with nuclear bombs. Okay.
well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Spellbinder. Whatever happened to the the show that you were supposed to do with Secular Opinion? Did that whatever happened with that? Because as far as I know, it never happened.
Of the flashlight?
Well, I just know that he was going to be doing a show, and he had asked you to come on. I think it would have been last Sunday or Saturday, something like that.
Well, if you can get him on here,
Well,
we
no, I
can
don't
do it
know.
right now.
I know. I'm just saying. I know you were supposed to do the show, and you were going to, go on there. And then the time came, and I didn't. I checked both your channel and his, and I didn't see anything. And so I was just kind of curious what happened. Did just you guys just didn't get together on it, or?
Well, I know Secular, and we're buddies. We're buddies actually, but it came out that I didn't have I didn't have the time to come on there at the time. I'm in between jobs and working. I'm working on a job, and
Now, did you send the link out to Secular and to Paul and to everybody else? I was
no, I didn't.
Friday. That's why I was curious because
I
on the weekends, you know what I'm saying, everybody's up pretty late. So
well, if you want to bring Secular on, if you
well,
have,
I hardly get on. So I don't. I follow him, but I don't even know. Um, you would have to send the link out to all the people that you follow. Or
I did,
okay, well then they
and here we are.
gotcha. Well, I was just curious, man.
Because all this,
So you just didn't have time. You're in between jobs. You were too busy, and so that's why it didn't happen. You just didn't have time, and so you guys haven't talked.
yeah, I'm on vacation between jobs. When I'm contracted, I'm
So
in between jobs.
what with this new job that you're talking about getting, that's gonna be making a good amount of money? When do you think you'll know if you get that job?
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't
I don't
know.
know. I don't know.
Well, what would be like? What would be your ideal job? Um, if you had a choice. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying, like doctor or shit like that within, limitations, but what kind of work do you like? Is it electrician? That pretty much
Electrician.
what you like doing? Well, there's a lot of that, there's a lot of shit being built, and there's a lot of, old construction and new construction. And so there should be quite a bit
I
of,
would like to.
you might have to travel
I'd
to where
like
it's
to.
at, but,
No, I don't want to travel. I want to stay here with my mom and take care of her and do everything she needs. I go to the stores and buy stuff for her. She goes out there and buys Oh my God, she should buy a grocery store. I'm really. I mean, she needs to buy a grocery store, and she can walk through and pick everything out. But it's one of the things.
Well, if there's ever a zombie apocalypse, you'll have plenty of food. It sounds like.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's weird. It's weird being here, taking her mom. She doesn't know anything, and she wants me the helper and everything. My dad left nothing, and that was scary to me. I mean,
Yeah, it's rough on everybody, your family, especially both of you because you were both living there and uh, you're still living there and stuff, and so I can see why the last year's been kind of shitty, but it's that time to push forward, and not spend another year being not enjoying life or not living it. We
yeah,
all get into the pattern of just having to fucking work and getting into this ridiculous created cycle of fucking mundane bullshit. But uh, it's easy to lose track. But yeah, you gotta get out and do something, man. You'll find you, and that's the thing. If you get out and do shit, you'll find you a woman. Probably find you a few that you wish you hadn't found. You know what I'm saying? So
no,
you get out there, you'll find you. And don't, that's the thing about it. Don't think you're just going to get out there and the first one you meet, it's going to be the best thing ever. I mean, I hope that goes that way, but chances are, like I said, you're going to probably meet a few that you wish you hadn't before, if that's what you want. At your age, fuck it, I would be single, man. I mean, what do you want kids at your age? You're going to be 75 and your kids graduating from high school.
uh,
I say fuck it and enjoy it. Embrace being single. You can do whatever you want to, man. This is the prime time of your life to enjoy it. So, or don't.
mm,
It's the choice is yours.
nothing. I
Yeah.
have nothing. I have nothing.
Well, hell, none of us.
Uh,
In the end, you know what? None of us have anything. In the end, the only thing that we really truly have is the relationships and the memories, and we may lose all of that stuff, and so uh, you gotta enjoy it while it's here.
uh,
Most of the people don't have anything, and the people that do are fucking in debt.
uh,
You got more than a lot of people do. You got a place to live and internet. You can come on and talk a bunch of shit. You could fucking, you got a car. You're not
yeah.
starving, are you?
No, I have many hands.
You can still walk and your arms still work and you have all your mental faculties about for the most part.
No,
And you're not done yet, are you?
I think of it as that, but
I mean,
no,
you haven't given up, have you yet?
I'm over.
Are you giving are you giving up on the world?
We're all giving up on the cat. It
Well,
stares
you
you
can't.
behind.
That's a slow and miserable way to go out. I'd rather at least, do something. Hell, if you got to get something going on that's not. inside the house, whether it's like riding, biking, mountain biking, or cycling, or whatever it is, hiking,
Nothing.
or
I
you
have
can do something.
nothing.
What's that?
I have nothing.
You got a car, you can drive to a piece of land you can walk on, some trails or something.
Blow me up on trails. Okay.
You could just go dance around the neighborhood and bring laughter and joy. No, there's something you can do though. You can either it's basically it boils down to this. You can either do something or do nothing. And you know, ultimately you have that choice. It's up to you. So
Oh, all lost. It is all lost. Look at the cat. It goes all lost.
you can,
I'm gonna have to put my cat outside.
why are you gonna have to put it outside?
Because my mom thinks it's a stinky cat and it needs to go outside.
She's out on the cat now.
Uh,
Well, has it ever lived outside before?
Never.
that that's probably not going to be too enjoyable for the cat, at least.
It's a bye bye. Bye bye, cat. Mm,
So how do you feel about that, man? Are you cool with that?
no. It's my familiar, but it's it needs to live outside.
What about when wintertime comes and stuff?
Bye bye, cat. Yeah.
Well, that sucks for the cat, man.
See how it happens? Uh,
It's a cruel world.
well,
So, what's in the future for you? What's your plans for this weekend? You got any? It's the 4th of July tomorrow. Are you shooting off fireworks? You just staying home? Or you?
I believe in honoring all the forefathers who came before me, and they are the kings of this land. Oh, and it's not the Queen. The Queen of England is, uh, you know, lizard. Anyways,
For shizzle. So you didn't ever answer though if you had any plans for the 4th of July. You started talking about the forefathers and the Queen.
and that's what it's about.
Are you? Is that what?
We should, we should be like Madison. Madison said we should actually celebrate that we are from the Queen, from the British, and we are American. Huh? American is un-American? Okay. We should celebrate this as if it was 1776, and you should worship it. It's a God given thing. We are God given. We should worship Madison's ideal behind this. And he said, we will worship this forever and ever, and have fireworks go off everywhere and do everything we can to remember America.
And
Oh yeah.
I, be- I agree. I'm going to ask you, what would you, if Polly's listening right now, what would you say to Polly about the 4th of July?
We should worship it to the end of our time. And we should always worship this America because we conquered the king during that time. The king of England at that time. King of, the king of Queen even. We conquered you. We took you out. And now, are you still there? The queen?
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. I agree. The Queen is still there. I don't know what to do about that. You know what I mean? I don't know. If I that I don't know. That was some pretty good advice. There's some pretty good commentary for Polly about the 4th of July. I don't think there's anything for you to worry about. I don't think that, although he may be a little, you know, I don't think that anything probably upsetting. But if he listens to the Hangout, he may hear where you said, and TJ did too, that that when he came in the room, that that he infected you guys' computers with evil software. So he may not like that. Still don't even think that will make him upset. But I don't think that he probably. I don't know though. I'm not a computer expert. TJ said that he had a similar experience. So who knows?
TJ? TJ? No, TJ is, oh, I know TJ. He wouldn't do that.
No, no. But you guys were talking about that, saying that that you were both were attacked whenever Paul came into the room that night, or
Oh, yeah.
before he had said that. That's what I'm saying, is that I don't even think that would probably upset Paul. But maybe you guys were attacked. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a computer expert.
I had to reboot my computer
I know.
after
What do you think
TJ.
happened with that?
He killed off a lot of people in my, well, not now,
Uh,
and that he,
so he attacked your computer then, basically.
well, it went down. My
And
computer
then
went down.
TJ said that the same thing happened to him before, and so that seems to that seems to match up to your story. So if there's if you're both saying it, then
Hmm.
there's got to be maybe a little something to it. Maybe he has special you know internet hacking abilities. Maybe,
And maybe he's working for the NSA.
and he
Yeah,
breached your
maybe the NSA.
he breached your system. He got in there. He found out what he needed to know, and he put a self destruct nanobot in there.
Yeah, when I got mad with Polly, it was something that happened after he and I got he was allowing me to stay on. Hmm, that's a good question. Polly and I Now, I think after I had my outbreak with Pally, he did do something. Well, that's him. And
But
he didn't.
you're okay with that. You were able to recover, and so you're not holding the cyber attack against you. You're not holding that against Paul. You're saying you forgive him, even though he attacked you. Is that what you're saying? Or by not saying anything, that's what you're saying. So if you don't say anything, then basically what you're saying is that that you forgive him um, for attacking you with cyberbullying. I'll take that as a yes. So I can't hear you. I'm not sure what's going on with you and the cat, but you're silent right now. Nobody, at least I can't hear you. Looks like my mic's working. There you go. Whoa, you dropped out, man. We'll see if he comes back, but it looks like he's not in here at the time. We have no spellbinder. Waiting for people to join this video call. Not sure if he'll make it back. We'll see though. We'll go ahead and hang tight here for a few minutes, and yeah, but it looks like it. He may come back. He may not. We'll see. I'm not sure if he's coming back.